This is Group 9, and our topic is choose a major which suits us best. This is Wei Jieqi.
And I'm Daniel.
This is Ke
This is Tiankai.
And first of all, I'll introduce what we are going to talk about. OSU academic background and famous majors in OSU. And choosing a major can be very important. And then everybody's interest and their choice of major, and money or satisfaction, and everybody's point of view on money or satisfaction. And then we're going to make a conclusion.
First of all, we are going to introduce the academic background of OSU. The Ohio State University is the largest public university in USA, which has 19 departments and 170 majors. Too many choices. So, how can we choose a major which suits us best?
So there are several famous major in OSU, and in this presentation, we're going to discuss 5 majors. Moving on to the first major. Firstly, majors, education institutes with the rank of 18 in America. Secondly, College of Engineering ranks 30th. Thirdly, business schools rank 39. Next, law school ranks 39. And last but not least, art institute ranks.
So, choosing a major can be very important, and the major we choose in college determines our future. So, even our whole life. Our topic for this time is about making a good choice of our major. So, how to find what is that major about, and how to find which major fits us the best. So, according to our interests and what we like to choose a major, also we need to think about our future jobs. So, my interest is computer science. So, computer has been considered as my interest and talent since I was in the high school, and I was obsessed with some video games, and then I created some video games. Um, so my choice of major is computer science. So, speaking of choice between future income and real interest, so the original interest will be my decision in the first place, because because a job highly depends on your motivation, so which comes from your interest, and it will encourage you to make more progress. So, in terms of major choosing, I will personally do a survey about this major before I choose it.
And the reason why I choose mechanical engineering is because this is a very broad field which contains this designation, manufacturing, and controlling of all kinds of machineries. I found that I was interested in this field since I was in high school. I'd like to find out the mechanism of almost every types of machines when I'm using them. Also, my mother is a senior engineer. This may give me a talent because of I have already learned something about engineering major when I was very young.
My hobby is playing tennis, and I can. I love playing tennis in my spare time, and once I got a championship in a match. But I'm going to study electrical engineering in the future. Everyone around me says learning engineering is a good choice in the future. And my dad is an electrical engineer, and I think it's really cool. So I'm planning to study electrical engineering, the major which is very popular both in China and in America. And also the salary is good. Most importantly, it's easier to find a job than the other majors.
So my interest is I love nature, especially hiking, So this reduced my hobby with hiking. Yeah, every time I witness the beauty of Mother Nature, I will feel very excited and enjoy the soothing feeling, the chirping of birds, and the swish sound of the stone in the river. Highly satisfying for me. That's truly refreshing. I have hiked many mountains in Asia, uh, especially Malaysia, and looking forward to hike mountain around Columbus. So as for my major, I chose electrical engineering. Every time I say I want to choose electrical engineering, people will ask why. So here is the answer. The cardinal reason why I opted electrical engineering as my major is because electricity is very cool and magical, although electricity is not visible and cannot be seen, but it does exist and applied in the real world. Plus, the demand for the electricity technology rises dramatically, making the electricity to be one of the most demanded fields in technology innovation.
So we're going to make a choice between interest and money. When our interest and the money we make want to make have conflicts, what should we choose?
Okay, in my opinion, I think a sense of satisfying matters in that this is what that really encourages me to make a progress in my future. For example, my major is computer science. I may choose to be an engineer in the future. So the reason I pick up CI as my major is that I was into coding since I was very young, and I also consider programming is a way to have fun. So compared to money I earn, I do think interest promotes me to achieve something more.
Since I have analyzed my preference in future job, I chose engineering major based on my interests. This can also be a determining factor of whether I will satisfied by this job or not. Choosing a major that is not real interest can make a negative effect on the satisfaction directly. We should not be caught up by only the future income. Instead, we need to find as much information as we can before picking a major or a job. Although mechanical engineer can be a fast-paced job, which will be tough, it has a high satisfaction. On the other hand, it is a meaningful job with high salary, easy job hunting, and a good development.
In my opinion, we have to consider money when we choosing a job, and then I can do my hobby in the spare time. Also, hobby is a hobby. And someone once said to me that choose your second favorite thing as your job and the thing you like most as your hobby. I think he's right. So, although I like playing tennis, I don't consider tennis as my career because I cannot be a full-time player. So, I need to be responsible for my future and study electrical engineering.
Well, there's always conflict between money and satisfaction, but personally, I think with um, salary alone overwhelm interest alone overwhelms the salary. So I highly agree on the supremacy of satisfaction when it comes to the job. Just imagine how could you do something that you are not interested in for let's say 40 years. To conclude the questioning, I choose satisfaction over salary based on the theory of motivation. The more you willingly absorb it into the field, the more effort you will invest in the field. In conclusion, all right. So, as conclusion, one should choose their major based on their interest. So, there are no such thing as one major is superior than the other major. Because if you have a really deep interest in that field, you will do good. So that's the most matter for me for us. So that's all from us. Thank you.